greetings. The festive season is family time, and most people love to spend their time in the kitchen with their families preparing delicious meals. It's a time for lots of laughter, togetherness, and making memories. We have promised to give you 4 of Eswatini's best chefs to help you prepare a 3-course meal this festive season. And today we are joined by someone who went as far as the Northwest to pursue her cooking career. Let's learn more about Chef Bandile Khumalo.
Bandile Khumalo fell in love with cooking at a tender age. She would always assist her mother and grandmother in the kitchen. In 2011, she enrolled at Mafikeng Hotel School in the Northwest. She did her internships at the Michelangelo Hotel in Sandton and the Intercontinental Hotel at OR Tambo. She has worked for a few establishments in the Kingdom of Eswatini, including the well-known Mcwembe Braai in Fairview. Bandile Khumalo, known as Noba to many, is named after her business called Noba Lounge and Eatery, which only operated for 5 months due to COVID-19 lockdown.
We are now joined by Chef Bandile Khumalo, who will briefly tell us about herself and where she started her journey from being her granny's little helper to now a professional chef. Bandile, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bello. Hi everyone, I'm Bandile Khumalo. I studied professional cookery at Mafikeng Hotel School. I think the whole drive towards me having passion for this career is through my grandmother and my mother. I used to help them a lot in the kitchen. Therefore, I guess I fell in love with the whole kitchen vibes.
Cooking thing. And now what everyone would love to know is basically how your parents embraced this, your grandmother, your mother, were they like, I funagyo pega? And especially because you did it at a time where it wasn't so popular. Back then, you did it at a time where it wasn't so popular. How were your family, did they embrace this cooking skill that you had because you started it at a very young age?
Well, I think they were a bit excited that, you know, I'm willing to learn more. So, yeah, I think they embraced it because, I mean, they did pay for my school fees.
Yeah.
So, I think they're happy that they have a chef at home.
Yeah. And now what the viewers would like to know today is what you will be preparing for us. We want Christmas vibes, makeke, maraisi. Are you turning it up a bit? Because it's in Australia, Christmas, or you're gonna give us the more complicated thing, the chef's food?
Okay, for my menu today, I didn't go all out. Like, it's not too fancy, but I just decided to give it a twist because, you know, okay, for my entree, there's bruschetta legume. Should I explain what it is?
Yes, please. Okay. We would love to know.
It's French bread topped up with Basil Pesto. Okay. And your Robert peppers, your mushrooms, your eggplant, and then a drizzle of grated mozzarella cheese. But basically you can use any cheese you like. It's just that I prefer mozzarella or white cheddar.
All right.
Yeah, and then I have, for the main, I'm doing pork. Okay. I know, pork, maybe you guys believe pork is for braais, your roast. No, I decided to go for pork, something creamy.
Yeah.
It's just creamed mushroom pork.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
We'll get to see more of that. And for the dessert, what do you have
and for the dessert, I'm making, Christmas is all about puddings.
Yes.
It's a bit warm and cozy. So I've opted for the Dutch, cinnamon Dutch peach pudding.
It would certainly not be a Christmas meal without dessert. And for our sweet tooth viewers, we have prepared a cinnamon Dutch peach pudding. And our ingredients are 2 canned peaches, 4 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of oil, 120 grams margarine or butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2.25 cups of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.25 cups of emasi, 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence, and 3 large eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any of these meals, so I guess people will be turning it up a notch this Christmas with your very lovely dishes, which some I cannot even pronounce myself and I won't even try. But please just take us through the ingredients for your main course and for your dessert, because you've mentioned the starter a bit and we're familiar with
All
that.
right. No, I'll start with the dessert.
Yes.
Like I'll prep the dessert so that as it cooks, like I'm busy with my main and your starter.
Okay. And right now, Chef Bandile, we see that you have a list of ingredients right in front of us, and you're about to tell us what we'll be using and the exact measurements we should use to prepare this lovely dessert that you'll be teaching our viewers at home how to make for this festive season. Can you just please take us through that briefly?
Thank you, Tabelo. Okay, I've already done my preps, of which I've done my measurements, but here I've used 1¼ cups of self-raising flour. And then here I've just used 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup is 250 mils. And then here I used my amasi. It's 1¼ cups of amasi. And then I have my 3 eggs here. 3 eggs. And then ½ teaspoon of salt. And then 2 spoons of cooking oil. I used olive oil. And then I have 1 spoon of vanilla essence. I prefer my vanilla essence to be a bit more so that I can taste the vanilla actually on the actual cake. And then this is my cinnamon, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. And then this is my butter, 120 grams of butter. So now I think we are ready to mix this all up. So we first start with my butter, 120 grams of butter. Scrape it all in, scrape it all in. Right, and then I'll put in my oil, my 2 spoons of oil. 1, 2. And then we have our sugar, 1 cup of sugar. I prefer white sugar. And then we mix all that until it's fluffy and palish. Let's mix it up, mix it up. I'm not a fan of baking, by the way. Just that I know how to. And then I add in my vanilla essence. Then I continue mixing. And then now I'm ready to add in my amasi, my 1¼ cups of amasi. Scrape it all out, it must all go in there. And mix well.
Okay. I see that you're adding masi into the mix.
Yeah.
That's a very strange ingredient to put in food.
Well, I for my curries as well, you know, I tend to use amasi.
You go as far as putting it in curry. Which ones to be specific?
Any curry I prepare. Your chicken curry, your mutton curry, lamb curry, beef curry.
It adds the creaminess.
The creaminess and the texture, you know, for good texture as well. Yeah.
Instead of making it watery, it makes it a bit soft.
Soft, yeah.
Okay, I see. And what's your favorite ingredient to prepare during Christmas or your family food that's your go-to, that you know would say when it's Christmas time, it's certain that when you go to the dining table, then it'll be corn.
Okay, my family loves fish. Anything fishy.
Okay.
Anything fishy. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm throwing in my flour, my 1¼ cups of flour, and then my teaspoon of salt. And then just mix it. Okay, for this I prefer using a whisk, so that it doesn't become lumpy.
Right. And you can also use the krr machine, right?
I hate it though.
I'm no chef, but
No,
that machine.
I would personally, I'd never advise using it.
Why?
I don't know. I feel, sometimes if you spend like maybe it's a bit strict on the mixing side, because once you overmix, the whole dough is a mess. The whole recipe is
But
crunched.
you can control it. And I believe that you started cooking from a very young age and being taught by your grandmother and your mother. Can you please just tell me about that? How did it happen exactly? Like, did you just stumble upon things, or nabangekho bowupheka kwenteka kanjani? This passion, how did it grow?
I think, to be honest, I really think I had a love for cooking.
Yeah.
So I'd always give an eye to whatever they prepare. So I think then I just would prepare meals. Maybe they went to town, I'd just do things on my own,
Yeah.
I remember one day I prepared pancakes. So my dough was a bit thick. I don't know what turned out of it, but I had to discard that away because, my mom would kill me.
But at least
So,
you were trying.
yeah.
And how old were you then?
Maybe 8?
So no one can crucify you
For that,
doing
eh?
You were trying at 8 years. Mina bengibuka ngakhe emakheke ngelidala outside, not in the kitchen, certainly.
So now I've done mixing my pudding. So I'm greasing my casserole,
Okay.
and then this goes in here
Adding the mix.
into the
Very
greased,
beautiful mix.
not too much because this thing rises here.
Okay.
It rises, and then just. I did mention it's cinnamon Dutch peach pudding, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So now we have our sliced peaches.
Canned.
Canned.
Okay.
Yeah, canned. And then I'll throw them on top of my desserts.
Okay. I believe you also studied this professionally, so you definitely know what you are doing.
Actually, this is my mom and grandmother's recipe.
Okay. So this is a brought down generation to generation type of
yeah.
recipe.
So
That's
my
and
mom-
is there something that you have that you're preparing for us today that maybe you learned from school, or do you even remember most of the dishes you used to prepare in school?
To be honest, concerning being a chef, it's all about creativity. What I learned from school, I can add a twist to it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just more about being creative, Like I said, pork, you guys, I'm sure you know it for.
But creamy pork and no, I've never gone as far as that. It's literally just for the grills, the fries,
Exactly.
and the tummies.
So now I top it off with my cinnamon.
Oh right. That already looks edible. Actually.
Really? You must be hungry.
Well,
You
after
must
seeing
be
all of
hungry.
this delicious food,
Yeah,
how
it's-
not? Okay.
And then the syrup, you just pour it on top for that pudding taste texture.
And that is some sweet syrup. So you've also been a part of.
And then this
a
goes
very-
into the oven.
Okay, my bad.
180 degrees, sorry. 180 degrees. And this should be ready in 35-40 minutes. Yeah.
While that gets going, you've also been a part of a very elite hotel. Like you did your internship at Michelangelo, if I can put it out there. So you really know your business. Can you please tell us about your experience during your internship? The nerves. I mean, serving people, because people really are judgy when it comes to their food, even the ones that cannot cook. This beef is too hard, it's not tender. What are the challenges that you faced working for such an elite place?
To be honest, I had no challenges. I think I did my job very well there, and I was actually promoted as much as I was an intern.
Okay.
Promoted into training new chefs as well. Like I think I got the hang of things like
Really
easily.
quickly.
Yeah. So I got to train people, and then I took care of the breakfast.
The breakfast menu?
No, the buffet, breakfast buffet.
Buffet. Yeah, menu.
For our starter, we have the bruschetta legume. We chose the bruschetta legume as it is a yummy yet healthy snack. Plus, French is a language that is commonly used in the kitchen industry. Our ingredients are mini French bread, basil pesto, salt, pepper, 1 tablespoon of oil, robot peppers, mushrooms, eggplant, and mozzarella cheese.
We are still giving you the best of seasonal or festive season meals rather that you can prepare in the comfort of your own home with very simple ingredients. Right now Chef Bandile will be showing us how she prepares her bruschetta or
Well done.
I tried there, I really tried. A starter that people can prepare, our viewers can prepare this festive season. Can you please just take us through your list of ingredients and tell us about the preparation method for this very nice dish? Ngiyabona ukuthi kunetinkwa lana nema mushroom, but you do the works.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. As she has introduced it, the entree is bruschetta legume. You know our starter, you can't be full on it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a. Oh no! So I chose this starter because you know it's on the healthy side as well. You know, it's Christmas, yes, we feast, but hey, gotta watch the weight.
Of course.
So I have my robot peppers with me here. Of course, I've chopped them, but you know you have to have them. Robot peppers. It's your red, yellow, and green pepper.
Okay.
So these ones are chopped triangle shapes.
Okay.
But anyhow, really.
That's big.
I'm just being fancy.
When I see that, I'm just reminded of the one ingredient that I hated growing up.
Which one was that?
Green pepper. I never want to see green pepper in my food.
I eat it raw.
What?
You should try it.
I know people like that.
You should try it.
I don't like raw at all.
And then?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our robot
Moving
peppers
on.
and then our mushrooms. And then we have our eggplant and then your white cheddar cheese. You can use mozzarella as well. And then we have our basil pesto.
Okay.
You can have it homemade.
Okay.
It's just a mixture of garlic, basil leaves, your oil, your seasoning, salt, pepper, whatever you can use. Blend it together, but I decided to go buy it.
It's the much easier method.
Much easier way.
Yeah.
And then there's your oil, your salt, your black pepper grinder. I love black pepper corns rather than ground.
And olive oil again.
And olive oil is.
Okay.
So Nyalo, I won't wash my mushrooms. I don't wash my mushrooms. I wipe them.
Okay.
Because it's a bit watery itself. You
Yeah,
know?
and it's
so yeah, just to avoid, I just wipe them like that.
That's a very bourgeoisie method. I wouldn't have time to wipe mushrooms
I
like
hate
that.
washing them because you know what, they are watery. So the minute there's water as well, it becomes soggy.
Okay. And eggplant is the one. It's the one vegetable that we all avoid.
I know, right?
It's just like
But with
peas.
this, you know, with this dish, Bello, I think you love eggplant.
Okay.
I promise you.
All right. You're turning me into a bit of a veg
So now
fanatic.
I'm chopping my mushrooms.
Okay.
Just coarsely chopped. Coarsely chopped.
Okay. And what's the one technique that you learned from your childhood cooking that you have carried out into your professional career? Yeah. Even chopping onions in a certain way, like you go that way first and then
Okay,
you turn it over.
Let's save that one for later when I chop my onion. People still don't believe how I chop it, but I mean, I think for me it's the easiest way.
It's a very different way.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's different. It's just that people always question how umchopha kanje, like yeah.
Usakhalisa yini ngoba phela umchef wona nyalo.
Yeah. No,
you can't have that struggle.
strong bello. Utitshela ukuthi no so jwayele, but no ufika ukuthi yes, we're not playing games here.
Uvela ukhala.
So uvela uyakhalsana, yeah. And then this is my eggplant. So I'll just chop it off. Let me just chop this off. So Nyala, I've chopped my eggplant.
All right.
I think we're ready for sauteing this, for frying this.
Okay.
So I'll use my 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we'll need to heat this up.
We're moving over to the stove now.
Heating up my oil.
Yeah. And what's your go-to ingredient when cooking? Garlic for most people.
Garlic.
But any other? Don't go with the one that you just the usual. Besides garlic and onion, oh my goodness.
I think I love the robot peppers. You know, they give food color, you know.
Yeah, they do.
And it's good presentation, you know. Yeah, Bello. It is my garlic though.
Okay, yeah.
It really is my
It is
garlic.
a very good ingredient
Yeah.
for food. You can't miss that.
So Nyala, we're just warming the oil
You're heating up the oil. And then you're going to add your...
I'll start with my robot peppers and the eggplant, and then just saute it, just crispy, you know, not too overcooked.
Okay.
And then I'll add my mushroom just before it cooks,
All right.
because mushrooms cook fast.
And you being a professional, what's the one ingredient if someone woke you up at 12 midnight with your eyes closed and said, make this, what would that be for you? Your go-to dish? Naktiwa, mix something up.
Okay, right now,
Yeah.
I think I'm famously known for the pizza.
The pizzas, yeah.
So I think that's the one thing I'd make because the ingredients are always available. So I think I'd go for that.
And the pizza business is doing very well for you.
It is.
And what flavors do you have there?
I go for the mixed masala. There's mixed masala. Mixed masala is like a mix of everything.
It's like a meaty.
Yeah, meaty, chili, zinyana, you know. And then there's something meaty, and then I have my chicken and mushroom, and then I have your tikka chicken as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you're getting
So
into...
now let me just cut up my bread. This I need to toast first. So I'll just put it in the oven.
Okay. You toast in the oven.
Yeah.
I suddenly thought of a toaster.
No. Well, you can. It's just I don't have a toast. Or actually, I can pan fry this. I'll pan fry it. I'll pan fry on a dry
pan.
Yeah, let me do that.
All right. I didn't even know. I thought you were gonna stuff everything inside.
Oh no.
I know very little about cooking. I just cook to
learn.
eat.
Okay, so I'm throwing in my robot peppers.
While that gets going, you have Noba or Noba, however you want to pronounce it,
Noba.
Lounge and Eatery, which is the name that you've stuck with.
Yeah.
How did that name come about, and now who do you cater for? Do you do weddings, parties, or you just keep it in the family? How's that working?
I go all out. I do cater for events. I do cater for families, like intimate families.
All right.
There's just one I did. It was a fine dining
Experience
event.
type of thing, yeah.
It was very exciting, and I did cocktails as well. So it was a whole package, you know, from your cocktails to your fine dining. There was a 3-course meal.
And you also get help from other people. I mean, it can't be you alone.
Well, people that help me is family actually. My brother, my sister-in-law. So, yeah.
So your siblings are very much a part of
The business.
the whole establishment.
Yeah, they are too
And
much.
I think you have a brother who's also a chef.
My?
One of your brothers also cooks.
No,
Your
he
older
just loves helping.
Oh, okay.
Now, my robot peppers and my eggplant almost ready. Like I did say, maybe like what? You can just saute it for your 10 minutes.
Okay. You want that crunchiness.
Yeah, the crunchiness should still be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 5 minutes, and then I'll add my salt again for the mushrooms.
All right. And the dish seems to be a very healthy dish, considering the fact that it contains of a lot of vegetables, your basil, pesto, olive oil, and your cheese. And it doesn't have a lot of spices, which is really a preference these days.
Yeah.
Can you please just tell us, is it okay for your BP people to eat, your diabetes? You know, those people that are very cautious about their health.
Yeah.
Does it cater for those kind of people?
Yes, it really does. I mean, with family, you have your elders there, you know, you have old people, grandparents. So, yeah, I avoid using a lot of spices. I think that's why I also opted for the creamy pork, because it's just the salt and black pepper, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah, it is a healthy meal. Like I did mention, it's healthy, very nice, healthy, and simple, you know.
All right.
With the eggplant, you know, people don't even like eggplant. Actually, people don't love vegetables. So with the way I'm making it, I hope you get to taste this as well, Bello.
I certainly will. I'll be here for that. And are you keeping your heat on a high, on a low as you go through your vegetables,
Yes.
sauteing your vegetables there?
That's just so they don't turn burnt, you know, that's burnt.
So it's like medium heat.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, to get them going.
Yeah.
For approximately 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to
combined.
15 minutes combined.
All right.
Yeah. This is beautiful. This is a good combination, guys.
That's
perfect.
the perfect saute.
Perfect, yeah. This is
Okay.
perfect.
It remains crunchy and very colorful. Hi, go to
It's
fry.
Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's very Christmassy
Yeah.
as well.
So let me toast my bread, Bella.
Just a dry fry type of vibe.
Hey, do you remember our dessert?
Yes.
Do we?
Did
Hey,
we?
Bella.
Our dessert. So what's the tray for now?
It's for my bread.
Okay.
Because it has to go into the oven so that the cheese can be well melted.
Goes from stove to
Yeah.
oven. Cooking is a
Cooking
bit of a process,
it's,
hey?
It's tedious.
It
can
is.
be very tedious.
It is.
So, yeah.
And those
why you
robot peppers and those mushrooms smell. They're giving me what I need.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The aroma is absolutely fabulous, and I can already tell the future of the dish.
Okay, let's just brown the bread a bit and then we continue with our recipe. Otherwise, do you like cooking?
I love cooking.
You too.
Yeah, I'm always in the kitchen.
What's your favorite dish?
To make or just to eat, because I can go somewhere else and get my favorite.
To make.
Well, I love preparing seafood.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I'm a seafood type of girl.
Oh, we can live together, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
My fridge is packed with fishes and everything Tilwanes from the sea. Yeah.
All right.
I'm really a seafood type of person.
Have you tried?
Which is very hard to prepare, especially the cleaning part. People don't understand. It's tedious.
It tends to be a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, this is taking long.
The pan is not heated.
It's taking long.
And you still have your cheese to grate.
Yeah, let me just grate that so long.
Okay.
Let me grate the cheese so long.
And what cheese are you using today?
White cheddar. You can go for mozzarella cheese. It's just that I couldn't find mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
So I opted for the white cheddar.
White cheddar has a lot. It's less salty.
Less salt, yeah, it is.
It's
I
it's
think
like Parmesan. It's not my
Parmesan, yeah.
favorite.
It's not.
No. Really? No, I'm not a cheese fan in general. But some people out there do love cheese, and they'll surely enjoy this cheesy dish.
I'm sure.
Okay. How much do you grate of this cheese? And how?
I think a handful, because I'm not making much of this. So it's just a handful because it's just to top it up. You know?
Okay. And this serving is for how many people?
I'm making for 2 people.
All right. So it's very little work to do, but we cater for like 16 people.
Yeah. Okay, when you say the serving, do you mean like the ingredients that I've used?
Yes, the ingredients that you've used.
okay,
Because
this
you've
could
been
be- yeah.
ingredient specific.
Okay, this
You
could be-
used 3 peppers. Again, can you please just mention how much
Yeah.
you used?
I used a whole green pepper, a whole red pepper, whole
yellow
and then
pepper.
half a tray of mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically you can serve how many people?
10 to 12 people.
All right.
I think they're ready. I'll just place it on the pan. They're
Okay.
ready. Okay.
So
And
no.
then Lana, I spread my basil pesto. Not too much of it because it does have that sting.
Yeah, it does.
So not too much of it. Do you like basil pesto?
I love it.
Wow.
I love it. Maybe on crackers and other things, not bread. I've never tried it on
Bread.
On bread.
I think that's the reason we toast it, you know,
Yeah.
so that it has that crunchy.
And also the flavor just intensifies a bit.
Yeah. So like I said, not much of your basil pesto
Okay.
because it does have that sting.
you spread it all over your bread?
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Slightly, you know.
Putting it on the oven tray, the bread, and you don't put any
No, I don't.
non-stick spray on the tray?
No. It's just like the dry frying we were doing.
Okay.
It's just for the cheese to melt, really.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, now I'll place my veggies. You can use your hands for this. Make sure every color goes in there. All the rapid peppers, your red.
Packing it up.
Yep. Oh, you're going to love this.
Yeah. It looks very Christmassy to me. They'll certainly love it.
I hope so.
And especially because it's an easier dish to make.
It is.
And what's the approximate time for making this?
For this, you know, if I was doing the shortcuts, I'm sure what 25 minutes.
You'd be done.
Yeah. It's this, you know what's time consuming is the preps.
Yeah, the chopping. Okay.
Just the preps.
And people can easily find these ingredients at any local stores.
You can pay your spa, you know. Yeah, anywhere and everywhere.
Okay. All right.
The eggplant.
Eggplant. Ew. No ways.
I'm not a fan, but when I have this meal, this dish, you know, I think I prefer
the eggplant.
Yeah.
It up. What are substitute vegetables that people can also use? Because sometimes, you know,
yeah.
Maybe instead of the eggplant, what else can they put into this dish?
Maybe your eggplant.
Just to zhuzh it up a bit.
Zhuzh it up. Gherkins, maybe.
Gherkins out of the bottle.
Out of the bottle, yeah.
Gherkins have that
zing.
Yeah, zing. Yeah, zing. They have it. They do have that zing.
I think maybe for slapid you have to substitute the pesto, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now we top it up with cheese.
All right. You've packed your vegetables all over
over my bruschetta.
Toasted.
No, my bruschetta.
Your toasted bruschetta. Is it bruschetta as a dish, or is the bread called bruschetta?
It's the bread.
Oh, it's the bread. So now we know where the name derives from.
It's French.
Because I thought the whole dish.
You know, in the kitchen we have so many terms, French terms, you know. Like your mise en place. Mise en place is like preparation preps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mise en place. Your a la carte, you know.
Okay, I think by the end of this I'll be a qualified chef who knows how to pronounce these.
Cooking is French, yes.
It is actually.
And I'll just sprinkle my parsley so that it melts together with my cheese.
It's extremely healthy.
And then in the oven it goes.
Right. For how many minutes?
Just till the cheese is well melted and a bit goldenish, brownish. Maybe what?
5-10
minutes.
So you're watching that.
5-10 minutes, yeah. So now, can we clear up?
Yes. And moving on to our very delicious meal.
For our delicious main course, we have creamed pork chops and savory mash. Pork is well known for it to be fried or roasted, so we decided to give people a different dish of pork chops, which is best complemented with our savory mash. Our ingredients are 1 kg potatoes, 1 kg pork chops, robot peppers, a tablespoon of Cajun spice, butter, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 250 grams of mushrooms, half a cup milk, half a cup cremora, 3 bulbs of onions, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 2 times tablespoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a handful of coriander, 2 times chicken stock cubes, black pepper, salt, and fresh cream, 500 ml.
And now we are moving on to the more favorite dish of the whole 3-course meal. It's the main meal. That's where we indulge and making sure what is yasuta. And sometimes it's not nagle dessert. This is your main course.
My main course now.
And what have you prepared for us? Is it a filling meal? Is it heavy? Or is it something leto salisa's color for your dessert? What are you making for us? No, I can see mushrooms are very popular
and my
ingredients.
peppers.
Yeah, and your peppers.
Right, so It's the savory mash
Okay.
and the creamy pork chops. So I'll start off with my chops. Okay, let me start off with the chops.
All right.
I'll season my chops with my salt, black pepper, paprika. Right. Just not too much salt, just for it to be tasty, not too dull. No.
Just a bit of salt.
A bit of salt. And then my paprika. Bello, please pass on the paprika for me.
Okay. It's just normal paprika.
Normal paprika.
Some people prefer like a smoked paprika, which is very nice.
This is paprika. This is just for color, basically.
Okay. It's not hot or anything.
No, it's not hot.
For the people who can't tolerate hot food.
No,
It's
not
not
at all.
hot at all.
No. I don't even trim my fat, eh?
Sometimes that's what we love. I don't want to lie to you.
I don't trim the fat. So the paprika is basically for color, just to give it that,
Brownish
you know, the
brown.
appetizing
Yeah.
type of,
Look.
And then my black pepper.
And then I see you have a list of more vegetables here. You have potatoes.
The potatoes are for the mash, eh?
Okay. So, how did you go about? Because I can see you've already prepared your
My mash,
potatoes.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's just to mash them up now, and then I'll saute grated onion.
All right.
But let's do that as we go along.
Okay.
And then I need my oil. Thank you. Into the pan.
So heading over to the pan.
Yeah.
What will you be doing there?
The pork.
All
I'll be
right.
browning the pork, just giving it that golden brownish, reddish. That's paprika.
Wait, browning it means that you at a later stage take it out again, or
For me, I won't take it out. I just add in my onion. Once it's brown, I just add in my onion.
okay.
Otherwise, the long route is to take it out, but you know,
Okay.
it's time consuming for me.
So that's paprika, salt,
Salt.
and black pepper
Yeah,
only.
only.
Okay, I saw some Cajun
Cajun
seasoning
is for
here.
the savory mash.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You season your mash as well, which is a very new technique for most people at home as well. Because
We have to-
Faka zambane na aromatic.
Nizambane imhlophe nje.
Yeah.
No, I'm just doing something. It's Christmas, Pedro.
We must rouge our food up a bit. Certainly. So I'll go about mashing the potatoes
Please,
so that
please do.
so
Please
that
do.
we get that very
Out of the way.
creamy,
Mhm.
soft mash.
And then your mash, you add a bit of cremora
All right.
and a bit of milk, like half a cup cremora, half a cup milk.
And it's not like you added water into the cremora, you just put it as a
just
powder.
as a powder, yeah.
All right.
As a powder.
And for your potatoes, you just wash them and then you boil them, took them out, peeled them, or you peel them before.
I peel them before.
Okay.
I peel them before.
For how long do you boil them?
Till they're very soft and tender, hey?
Because
Just
some
well
people
cooked.
don't prefer a very hardish mash. I know people who don't like.
Okay, I
soft
did
mash.
mention it's savory,
Yeah.
so it must be, you know,
very.
very soft.
Okay.
Right, I think we are done here. This can go into my pan just to brown it. Ooh. Okay, this goes in here.
This is quite an exercise.
It is the mashing part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's best to mash it while it's still hot.
Because it just
Yeah.
goes off easily.
Right.
And then the mushrooms, I
The
see
mushrooms,
they're there.
I will go in as well. It's
Into
creamed-
the mash.
no, into my pork. It's creamed
Oh.
mushroom pork chops, right?
But I still don't get that technique. Do all the ingredients add up into one pot or?
Like including the mash.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, not including the mash, obviously, because that should be a potato.
I don't know.
I don't know
in potato mash.
It's a poiky pot where you just add everything.
Yeah. So long. Let me just chop my mushrooms.
Okay.
While that cooks up. How's that going? How's that going?
You. I might just have some few mussels after this. But it's coming out all right. Even potatoes smell good.
Good, ne?
I'm a
Too.
fan. I'm a fan of potatoes.
But you did mention what you love cooking anyway.
Yeah,
So
I can have potatoes the whole week. That's the one food. If
maybe you can be my assistant in the future.
yeah, it's just that ish. Hard
But
labor.
other people fail to even mash potatoes, you know.
No, I'm busy in the kitchen.
Okay, I'm chopping up my mushrooms. I love them. I just love mushrooms, so I prefer them.
Big,
Yeah.
not too
Can I have
too
it?
tiny.
And then now I'll grate my. This is for your mash.
Yeah.
For the savory mash, I'm grating the onion for you.
Oh.
Listen to me. For
Yeah, please for me. Please do that for me.
me. Yeah.
Because there's still no technique where onion doesn't make me cry. Except for when I like leave it in water for the longest time.
I never put it in water. Like I feel that's the
Gets rid of the flavor, yeah.
So I never put it in water. I'd rather cry.
Hi. And how long does that go on for?
The pork, the
Yes.
browning or the whole
The
dish?
the browning of the pork.
We just brown it, maybe 4 minutes on each side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you do pork like you made beef? Kutsi it's rare, medium rare, or pork must cook right through.
Yeah. Pork must cook right. For me, that's my preference anyway. Right, let's leave that top one out.
Hi.
And then for your mash, you need your butter.
Okay.
Butter.
Now people have techniques for mash, like they put it through a piping bag to plate it.
Potato right.
It's just that
I think it
potatoes.
depends on the dish you're actually preparing, you know.
So you
So now I'm adding in my block of butter
okay?
for our mash. Then once it's well melted, I add in the one grated onion
All right.
and then season with my cajun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your garlic over here?
My garlic is for my pork.
Okay.
Let me just mince it.
You also have coriander. Is that for plating?
That's for my
the-
pork, just for garnish, you know.
Okay. At the end.
Just at the end. Yes.
Okay.
At the end. Oh, I love garlic.
Yeah.
I love my garlic.
Garlic is a go-to ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, chef, please be the judge of this mash. It's a
Perfect. No, for me, it's perfect.
Okay. Wow.
It's perfect. Please just
So-
check on the butter if it's well melted now.
Okay. Do I take a spatula? Or?
Yes, you may. You could rinse
This one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just doing my preps now.
And what's the heat level for browning your pork? Medium.
Medium,
heat?
medium.
Okay.
Okay, for browning, I think it should be on high heat, right? So that it just browns up quickly, you know.
But you need to be on the watch
Watch,
for it.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's why mine is on medium, because, you know, I'm everywhere.
I think the butter's
Well melted.
melted.
Okay, you can add in the onion for me. My assistant.
I told you by the time I leave here, I am a
You'll know it.
qualified.
Well, know a thing or two, right?
So you add just one grated onion.
One grated onion, yeah. A bit brownish, yeah. Oh, but this is how I chop my onion.
So onion is, oh yeah, I thought of it like that. Onion is the Beyonce of vegetables.
I
Just
can never cook anything without onion, you know?
1 spoon,
1 spoon, yeah.
not a lot,
No,
because
not a lot.
it is mashed. Okay. Maybe you may need to flip your pork.
My pork. Okay,
Yes.
just check on this. Oh, the onion. We spoke of onion long kalsa.
This is on low heat.
It's on low. No, it's actually on high. I think it's an old stove now. You see the color there?
Yeah, it's
Reddish.
brownish. It's giving what it needs to give. Okay, let me just leave this to go on a bit.
Okay, that's fine.
The kitchen really does get messy when you're,
It
when
does.
you're cooking.
That's why there's always that rule in the kitchen: clean as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you'll be adding your mash to your onion
to
or
my
your onion
onion.
to the mash.
No, my mash to the onion. It's going to the pot.
Oh, it's going into the
Yeah.
other part. Okay. What else goes into the mash?
Nothing.
It's just the onion, the feta, you put it in.
the cajun,
Yeah.
and then the mash. Yeah.
And then you're done.
Then
Also
you're done.
remembering that you put in some cremora.
And a cup of half a cup of milk, half a cup of cremora.
Okay. Half a cup of cremora. It's a very creamy dish.
It is.
You also have fresh cream.
The fresh cream is for my pork.
Okay. Okay, I think that's ready to go.
What? Oh, the mash.
The mash.
Okay.
Consistency, soft. But in accordance to anyone's preference, they can do it in their own way.
The mash, you mean?
I mean the consistency of the mash.
Yeah, they can.
Okay. Done. You also grated your garlic,
Yes, I grated my garlic.
which you're going to add into
The pork.
your
Once it's cooked, though.
All right.
Once it's cooked. I don't know what's happening. Okay, while this cooks, let me clear up my kitchen.
Definitely, we all love a clean kitchen, right? And now moving on to the most exciting part of the day, where you get to sit down with your family and enjoy the deliciously prepared 3-course meal, which our chef Bandile has prepared for us today. But right about now, we are joined by Delisile Makagula, who is an expert in the food business, and she'll be helping me judge this food, because you may not trust me, but you'll definitely trust her, because she's multi-award winner in this business. Delisile, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you are ready to taste this very deliciously and very lovely smelling food.
Thank you so much, Belo. I'm honored to be here as your foodie or food taster of today. My name is Delisile. I'm 35 years old. I've been cooking since the age of, let me say, 5 years old. Obviously inspired by my mother. I have a huge passion for cooking.
All right.
I cook almost
Day
every
in and
day. Yes. Recently, I just opened a business. It's called Delish Products, and I'm doing my own curry paste. And I also have a botella mix, which is for your butter chicken.
Okay.
Today, I've brought one for my chef, Bandile as a Christmas present. This is it. You can
Okay.
get it almost everywhere in Swaziland.
Okay.
So, chef, what have you prepared for us today as your starter?
Okay, my starter we have, I call it bruschetta, legume. It's French bread, toasted and then topped with your basil pesto, and a mix of grilled veggies, your mushroom, Robert peppers, eggplant, and then I topped it up with white cheddar cheese. You can use mozzarella cheese, you can use Gouda cheese. I just prefer the white cheddar.
Wow, thank you.
And we indulge, of course. I like to be the one who uses my hands so I can enjoy this properly.
For this, the hands work well.
You never know. Yes. This is certainly delightful, but my judgment is just that sometimes I'm not a fan of vegetables, but I'm definitely convinced, especially with the eggplant, which you told me earlier. And from our chef, from our judge.
I love the texture of the bread. It's toasted, but it's still soft in the inside. It's also a healthy starter because I can see you have your eggplant, which is very, very good when you're a person with sugar diabetes or maybe hypertension. So I love the fact that you involved people with illnesses when creating this meal. Overall, general tastes good. Chef, well done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well done to our chef. And now moving on to the more commanding meal of the day, the one that needs you to be fully present. It is our main course, which you prepared, and you will just briefly highlight what it is again. But we saw what you put in it, and now we get to enjoy it. Now we get to enjoy our deliciously prepared, wonderfully prepared main course by our chef Bandile Khumalo. And this to me, Deli, I don't know if you agree, it just screams Christmas. It gives me those vibes, especially in the terms of colors. I actually cannot wait to indulge because I've been smelling it for the longest time. I mean, from the cooking process till now. And can you just give me your thoughts about this meal, just looking at it?
Wow. Wow to the chef.
Yeah.
The aroma is 100%. It smells really great. I can smell the flavors from here. And the presentation, I love the presentation. It's appetizing. It just screams delicious. So I can't wait to taste the food as well.
Let's hope you'll enjoy.
So chef, what have you made for us?
Okay, for my main, I have savory mashed potato. With your creamed mushroom pork and glazed carrots.
All right.
Yeah, so I hope you guys will enjoy.
Okay.
And looking forward to some good feedback.
And this is some very good pork. I'm just looking at the way it cuts through.
It is, eh? You can never go wrong with pork chops, really.
Pork is tender.
That's a +1.
Right? I want to use some terminology that I know. This slaps. This certainly slaps.
Your pork is tender, chef. You've garnished with coriander. It gives good flavor. The aroma. I can taste a bit of garlic.
Yeah. I always like adding my garlic towards the end, like actually right at the end of the cooking whatever meal I'm cooking.
So it doesn't
So,
fade
yeah.
And Deli, what's your go-to Christmas meal? I mean, for a main course, what would you be serving on your dinner table?
Definitely this year it's gammon. It's stuffed turkey with roasted potatoes. That was my mom's favorite. Definitely Christmas pudding.
And what's Christmas pudding? I don't know what Christmas pudding is. For the viewers at home, I'm just confused. Christmas pudding, what does that entail?
Let's wait till dessert comes.
Okay, then you let us know what
Then I'll
Christmas
let you
pudding
know what
is.
Christmas pudding is.
I agree. Let's just continue to enjoy it because wow.
I love the texture of your mash.
Okay.
Goes well with the sauce, your creamy sauce. What did you use to make the sauce?
To be honest, I just put my fresh cream, and then I just play around with it, adding soy sauce, just for flavor. Your soy sauce and your soy sauce.
The sauce is seasoned very, very well. It tastes really, really good. I love the addition of the mushrooms. It gives it that veggie, tasty, creamy sort of meal.
It's never creamy without mushrooms.
And speaking of creamy, you also have your botella mix, which you use for your butter chickens. And butter chicken is a very creamy dish. Can you please just tell the viewers at home how they can be using your mix that you made to enjoy a nice butter chicken meal this Christmas?
All right, my botella mix, I've already mixed the spices for you. So all you need to do is just marinate your chicken with the spices, add cream or emasi. Emasi are usually a good substitute. And you leave it for about an hour to 8 hours. 8 hours preferably for your good results, for the best results actually. And then you just toss it in the pot and just let it cook.
Finish it
5 minutes before your chicken gets ready, you put your butter, preferably unsalted butter. And then you've got your meal ready.
Easy like that.
Lovely stuff.
And we have now moved into the more sweeter part of the day where we get to enjoy some nice baked goods, our desserts peeking through. I can see some peaches, but our chef will tell us what this is all about, and we have our lovely foodie here to give you the right judgment so you know whether to make this dish or not this Christmas. Telly, please tell me what you're seeing and what should the viewers expect from this.
Thank you, Bello. Chef, what have you made for us? It looks beautiful and appetizing.
Okay, I've made cinnamon Dutch peach pudding. It's just a mixer. It's just basically a vanilla cake with some topped up with peaches, the syrup, peach syrup, and then a sprinkle of cinnamon with evaporated. It's best eaten with evaporated milk.
Okay, what do we have here? I see there's a sauce.
It's evaporated milk. Just a bit of cream. Boil cream, and then boil your brown sugar, and then add a bit of custard.
Okay, evaporated milk. Okay.
I can't wait to taste it.
So we pour this right over. Just a bit, just enough. Not too much.
Shouldn't be dry.
Yeah.
Put it down for me.
Sorry.
Right.
And I'm just trying to get this peach into it. A bit of everything is always good.
This tastes really great, Chef. I can taste a bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, there is cinnamon.
Which gives it that nice flavor. And the evaporated milk tastes really great. It's a one of a kind. How do you make evaporated milk?
I like that question.
Again.
The cake is still soft. It's soft enough. And the dish is, I'm assuming, served warm as it is right now.
Yes. It's
very, very
served
tasty.
warm, and then have your evaporated milk a bit cold.
What I also like about this dish is that it's not too sweet. I mean, it's for everyone. It caters for your health cautious people as well. Thank you very much, Chef, for our lovely 3-course meal. I'm so taken by all of this food. It was certainly delicious, and our foodie, thank you for being here, for giving the right judgment on the food, and I hope our viewers at home will be able to make these dishes and hopefully somehow share with us what they have made from our lovely chef Bandile. And lastly, Christmas messages to our viewers at home and our Christmas foodies. Can you give them a few tips on what to prepare besides these meals? What can they be preparing, and your Christmas messages to our viewers at home? Firstly, starting with you.
Thank you, Velo. I would like to say stay home and be safe. The COVID numbers are alarming rate. So stay home, be safe, take care of your family, and most importantly, cook, cook, and cook.
And Chef Bandile.
Thank you, Bello. Thank you for such an experience. I believe with the meals that I've made, the viewers at home will be ready and have a Christmas menu to cook. So yeah, just like Daddy has said, be home, be safe, cook, cook, cook.
You heard it, viewers at home. And the line for this Christmas is cook, cook, cook. If you're not cooking, what are you doing? Make sure your families enjoy the best of the Christmas meals that we have given you today. But from that, it is us saying goodbye, and do stay tuned for more cooking with me, Tabelo Dlamini. Bye-bye.